Jim Fuse. So I'm going to pop on and say a quick hello. I want to thank everyone for watching and joining us. I know it's late for a lot of you, probably around 10 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, but we have a fantastic show for you this week. Lots and lots and lots of topics to discuss. We're just going through a lot of these backstage, and we were talking about like just the LinkedIn updates this week, the Facebook updates, as well as some big Instagram news. So, hey guys, how you doing? Thanks a lot for joining us. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring on my co-host Phil Gerbishak. Phil, how you doing this week?
Hey, what's up, Christian? It's great to see you, buddy. We do have a ton to talk about, huh?
We do, definitely. And, I was telling everyone, like, LinkedIn's got a big update. We've got some Instagram updates. But, this week's guest is Jim Fuse. So I don't know if you want to tell viewers a little bit about him while I pull up a couple of things.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you who don't know Jim, he's the co-host of the Tim and Jim Show. He's a retired lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps, which means that my sorry butt has been taking him around the world and ships and boats and other type of craft. Because, Navy stands for, never again volunteer yourself. But, Marines always thank the Navy for the ride. That's how this works. So we're really excited. Jim now lets his inner geek hang out. He's a social media trainer and a social media consultant in the Atlanta area. And like I said, along with Tim Son, who's previously one of our guests, he's the co-host of the Tim and Jim Show. So what's up, Jim Fuse? Bring him on. What do we got? How we doing here? We got it?
There we go.
There we go.
Yes, Phil, thank you for the ride. We definitely enjoyed it.
That was my cue to bring you on. Sorry.
Yeah, that was it. So, yeah. So 3, 2, what the fuck, Christian? Bring him on. So what's up, Jim?
It's great to be here, guys. I appreciate you having me on your show. We had Christian on, and Phil, we probably got to get you on the Tim and Jim Show at some point as well. You can tell us the best way to give a Marine a ride. I like that.
That's it.
That was good.
Bloop. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of things happening in the social media world. I think that's why I like it, because it's always changing. I mean, always. Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
And here's the thing. I mean, we had everything planned. We were all ready to go live, and I actually just sent you guys, a topic earlier this evening, just a very short while ago. It was some IGTV updates, which are big updates actually, because we know IGTV has really been pushing vertical video, and as you guys will find out, they're taking a little step back from that. But Phil, I think we're actually good to go.
Are we good to go? Because we got some big stuff. So we gotta, we could start anywhere, but Jim, I think we should probably start with LinkedIn, because this is the one that's going to impact a lot of businesses here. We found this out from our buddy AJ Wilcox. If you don't know AJ, at b2link.com, he is the guy when it comes to anything related to LinkedIn advertising. AJ's the guy that I count on. He's been on the show before. And so now company pages are going to show, get this, sponsored contest or content ad history. But the thing is you can still not see what the creative is. You just see that they ran some ads. So it's a big deal, but it's not a huge deal. So I don't know, Jim, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's interesting. I mean, for me personally, I've been, it's like, I think once in a while you'll see a LinkedIn ad, but I just don't know that most folks are really embracing ads on LinkedIn, let alone company pages. I think it's getting better. But I mean, I think they're just trying to stay, if you want to call it, a step ahead of Facebook in the disclosure wars.
Yeah. I think you're right. I also think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to become, or remain, I should say, not become, but remain the platform of choice for more transparent marketing. Because Facebook is not. I mean, I click on the ad, I'm like, why did I see this? I mean, this page has 3 people that like the page. How did this get in my darn feed? And I don't know, right? Because I like popsicles. I mean, come on. Give me a frickin' break. Christian, what do you think about this?
I think this is a good precursor. I think what we'll start to see, and we've talked about this a lot on the show, is just how for the longest time, LinkedIn did absolutely, very little to like grow their platform once Microsoft acquired them. Now they're starting to make a lot of changes. I think we're going to start to see them really put their, put the pedal to the metal here and just push things forward. I like that they're doing this. I do question though, if I'm a marketer if I'm a business owner, do I have time to actually sit and go through, like, oh, like this, page is running ads? I mean, most of the time, if you look at a company's page, you can tell that they are doing, or they're whether they're getting success organically, or most of it's probably paid. So I think it's a precursor, though. We'll see more, definitely more transparency. I think that's the next big step.
Well, there has to be, right? There absolutely has to be, because we're expecting now that when we advertise, we're going to get a return on our investment. No longer is advertising magic. And the great thing about the internet is if we keep them on the platform or send them somewhere else and don't cheat like Google does and hide all the HTTPS traffic, we have an opportunity here to actually find out what resonates, what doesn't, what converts, what doesn't. This is big deal, especially like, I don't know if you guys use Sales Navigator, but Sales Navigator with SharePoint, now you can book appointments, right? So you can I can actually see, Jim, that email that I sent you actually booked an appointment. So now it goes back into my CRM as a conversion instead of just, oh, I sent you a message, which is way more powerful, way more valuable, way more insight than we've ever had before.
Well, what's your thoughts though? With, it seems in some aspects that people are more into the, if you want to call it the Mark Schaefer human to human interaction, and people's, I guess, disdain for ads in general. Do you think that? What do you think the impact there is in regards to this?
I don't think, I really don't think we don't like ads. I think we like irrelevance, not at all, right? That's what I really think. Like, and Schaefer'd say the same thing. It's not that we don't like ads for ads' sake. It's we hate shitty ads, right? I mean, I got to tell you, I almost every day buy something off of Instagram. It's that relevant to me. I mean, really, I buy shoelaces, I buy T-shirts, all sorts of stuff. And the reason why is because I am very hyper-focused on what I do. I am I wear bright glasses, I wear crazy clothes, and that's what I like on Instagram. So I'm an easy mark, totally relevant. Take my money, right? Take my money, baby. But then I go over to Facebook, and Facebook, I'm like, it's the same platform, the same ad, and what are you running here? Why are you doing that? And then I go to Twitter. I swear, man, John Legere from T-Mobile, just stop trying to get me to follow you, dude. I followed you once. You're an idiot. You're not interesting. Like, you don't post anything fun. I'd love to see something interesting that the guy does, but instead I see his crappy ad. I don't want to follow you. I don't care, dude. It's because it's not relevant. I don't follow the CEOs of any of the companies, but funny enough, right? If he was actually a human, to go to the Schaefer point, right? If he was actually a human on Twitter, and every time he got a new follower, maybe not every time, even every random 100 people, he actually followed him back and started a conversation with me, I would brag about this guy. I'd say, what a great dude he is, because he's pretending to be human. His bio is human, and then he's absent on the platform. He's absent.
Great
right?
point.
So that's where, again, advertising, take my money if you're relevant. I ran ads last week, sponsored emails with one of my clients. Within 90 minutes, we got a sale.
Wow.
Because it's that targeted. It's that freaking targeted. For 60 cents. For 60 cents, we got a click that converted. Now, we got 12 clicks before that. So $7.80 for a $97 product. Most people say, AJ would tell you, AJ won't touch you if you're not investing 10 grand a month, because that's $1,000 for his team. He doesn't want you. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're targeted, if you have a product that actually helps people, even an information product, for a 60 to 80 cent click, you can make money on LinkedIn ads. But to your point, Jim, really good. Be human. Sell me like a human. Don't sell me like a jackass. Don't sell me like a bot, right? I mean, really, right. I see this every damn day. These idiots, automation is killing LinkedIn, not advertising. Automation is killing LinkedIn. And if LinkedIn doesn't get more aggressive about cracking it down, and these idiots that are just, automating or hiring someone for $3 an hour to send the same message, because, hey, Jim, you and I were both in the service. So that means we like the exact same things, right?
Right.
We're like twins. What? Shut up. No, don't think that. That's idiotic. So that's what's losing. I think that's what people hate.
Well, and I think even, or you get an ad about, hey, we can help you with your social media. It's like, did you read my bio?
Yeah. Those are
No, they did not. Right.
No, I think it's a great point, Phil. I mean, excellent point.
So what are you thinking, Christian? What else you want to say the last word on this one, buddy?
I don't have anything else to actually add to this. I think you guys have said it. But, the big thing I think here is that, if I'm, well, actually, what? I guess maybe we'll add, if I'm a business, I think the first thing I want to make sure I do, and I was working with a client recently on this, I want to make sure that I have my company page set up properly, that I am linking to the right account through my profile, for instance, and then with this, again, if you're going to run any sort of ads, don't just run ads just for the sake of running ads. Create high quality ads. If you're not sure what to run, look at what other people are doing. It's very simple. Look at your competitors, see what they're doing, and see if there's anything you can adapt, that fits your business.
Yep. Make it your own, right? So that's the thing. Look at success. And I'll tell you, if you don't see any, because again, my client last week, he's not seeing anybody run ads in his space. So he's a little bit skittish.
Of course.
Let's spend $50.
Yeah.
Let's spend $50, right? Let's test it out. Let's see what happens. Less than $14, we made a sale. That's pretty good, right? So
absolutely.
If 14 for 97, I'm going to run that all day, right? I'm going to run that ad all day. And I'll tell you, it wasn't even a really good ad. It was just hyper targeted. That's the other thing, right? Again, a lot of these ads that I get on Instagram, they're not very good. They're just targeted. Relevancy wins. You don't even have to be super creative. Relevancy wins.
Yes, and speaking of that, by the way, I'm just going to pull in a comment here from I think it's Jason Rink here. He loves relevant ads. Makes my life so easy. So definitely,
yeah, absolutely, wonderful,
wonderful.
Wonderful.
You got a fan, Katie Miller. She says she's bought a few things off Instagram as well. By the way,
yep, probably from my recommendations. I'm sorry, Katie. That's my fault. Probably for her husband. So yeah, I'm sorry. Tell Miller that last gift was from me. So yeah. But yeah, but it totally works, right? Totally works. And let's let's move on to Instagram, adding stories to the Explore tab, because I think that makes sense, right? We were just teasing about Instagram, but I think that this makes a lot of sense. Instagram now is adding stories on the Explore tab. This is really big, right? As they move to stories, this only makes some sense. Of course, they're on the Explore tab. Of course they are, because eventually there's not going to be a feed. So get used to making stories. I can tell you, I don't like them, but we talked about them 4 weeks ago. Katie will tell you, I've had a story now, I think every day for the last 2 weeks. I'm not telling you it's any good, but it's a story. If you follow @PhilGerb on Insta, you'll see me at least trying and experimenting. So it's interesting.
I think that's a key point there, by the way, for people that if you're not sure how to use stories, it doesn't matter which platform you're on, test something out. Push yourself. You'll see a lot of people, they do these, 30-day challenges and whatnot. Like, hey, try to post a video every day. Stories the same way. If you want to learn how to use stories, how do you learn how to use them? Just start using them. Start testing.
Just do it. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, Instagram's adding stories to the Explore tab. What any other things that stand out for you on this, Phil?
Not for me. No, this is just a natural move. It's a natural progression. As they said that they're going to do, they're going to move us to stories. They're going to force us to stories. They're going to make us want to watch stories. They're going to make stories better. Did I mention they're going to continue to push us to stories? And then some IGTV with stories for longer stories. And I mentioned some more stories because they're going to do some stories. I don't know, Jim. Did I mention stories to you, Jim? Right?
I don't know if you did or not.
I mean, that's it. That's the final word, right? It's stories. No surprise. No surprise, scumballs. So what do you think, Jim? Are you all in on stories yet, or are you still?
I am. I think I'm like you. I'm still working to figure out what works best. But I've definitely some of the stories that I have done, I've been really pleasantly surprised at the reach. Everything from putting a hashtag into the story, or the fact now you can do things like quizzes to your fan base. It's like asking simple questions and getting the statistics back. So I think. It makes sense that now how else are they going to find you if they're not looking for hashtags now in the Explore tabs? The way to do it.
And now, in addition to this, Phil, you mentioned obviously the importance of stories. We talked about little IGTV as well, going to be tied into there as well. So in the nav bar, people see IGTV, they're going to see shopping. So these are things that they're signals, I'd say. Instagram wants you to use stories. So therefore now they're going to start putting some of their other properties there as well to get those to hopefully take some traction. and take hold. So I think this is again not a big update, but it's an important one. So basically their focus is on stories, and this is essentially what you're going to see here. So you're going to see stories content, and you're going to see your IGTV updates. You're going to see the ability to shop here. By the way, what do you guys think? Do you like the idea that Instagram is also pushing users to use IGTV and shopping by giving them preferential treatment, essentially?
Absolutely. It only makes sense, right? I shop on Instagram. I'm not doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's just every third story is an ad, and they're relevant. And then every 7th or 8th thing in my feed is an ad, but it's relevant. So yeah, my pocketbook, my wallet wishes that I wouldn't, because I still don't have any money. Christian, put some in the mail, buddy. I'm feeling lonely here. So no cash, right? So
when Facebook makes the Bitcoin, you'll be able to shop even more.
Well, so that's going to be an interesting move, right? And we're not talking about that tonight, but we could, right? Because if every platform has its own currency now, right? Because I really think we're going to go to a point where every big, Apple, Facebook, Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, the big five, they're all going to be their own platforms, their own little microcosm of universe, just like AOL used to be, because it's identity management. It's not social media anymore, right? I'm Phil Gerb on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and pretty soon it's going to be Facebook or Phil Gerb on the Facebook universe, Phil Gerb here, Phil Gerb there, and now you pick your identity and you log in with that cha-ching, and then you pay with that too. So definitely. I don't know. I see that's where we're going, but let's talk about IGTV. We're teeing that up here. We've got a big move here for IGTV supporting landscape video. So Christian, while you bring that up, folks, if you're loving this and you want more and you want to connect with Jim or Christian or me, make sure that you sign up for our daily newsletter. You go to socialchefs.com/daily. You won't miss a thing. Every single day, Christian puts out something great for you to see. That's at socialchefs.com/daily. Get connected, get smarter, and build a better social business by being more relevant. So IGTV, right? Supporting landscape. We talked a little bit about this backstage. So I'm going to wait. Jim, what do you think about this move?
I'm surprised in some ways it took as long as it did. I think that they were fighting to think that everybody was going to love, vertical video, and it just hasn't happened. If anything, it might give them a stronger play in trying to make a dent against the YouTube space. I'm really curious to see how this starts to tie in, say, especially with some of these multi-streaming platforms. Will they open up IGTV on landscape to give you the ability to broadcast directly to it? I think it's a good move. I mean, I was an early adopter of IGTV, but it was kind of one of those things. If you're going to interview people, it's kind of hard to fit two people in a phone screen. So I think it's a good move.
So here's the thing that I understand why Instagram's wanting to do this with IGTV, but I think for me the big part that it really comes down to is, I want to say honestly, a lot of the creators are very lazy because they, I think some of the pushback on this was not the vertical video aspect. It was the fact that it made it hard to adapt their other content. So basically, they want to actually film. They didn't want to do the editing. For instance, they wanted a shortcut. They wanted, an easy way to do vertical video, to take a horizontal video and to repurpose it for vertical. And the thing is, that's not how you shoot. For example, if you're planning out your shots, again, you plan out what the shots are that you want your audience to see. And then everything is edited together at the end. So for me, I think it just comes down to people don't want to do the work, unfortunately.
What?
Come on. You're going to say that business owners have better things to do than shoot IGTV videos, Christian? For shame.
So for me, here's the thing. For me, I think that people need to do the planning. They need to do the planning of what their content is going to look like. For the longest time, and you guys remember this, when smartphones basically started coming out, becoming mainstream, people were like, well, hey, you always gave people a hard time about shooting vertical video. Oh, they're holding the phone wrong. And then now it's then IGTV came out. And then now it's back to, oh, wait, landscape video. So I like the idea of them doing this, but I think it really comes down, in my opinion, to just how the content is planned out.
Yeah. Well, I think that's right. I also think that this is a move to the bigger screen. IGTV now is going to have full-length shows. Now, full-length, I'm not talking hour shows. I'm talking they're going to start with 10 to 12 minutes, and they're going to go head-to-head with Facebook Watch, because the thing is, as much as I love Facebook Watch, because I like the notifications, frankly, it makes more sense to me to see a picture to give me 45 seconds than to go, now this is the interstitial ad that we've been whining about. Nobody's going to watch that. Yeah, BS. Yes, they will. You hooked me with 45 seconds of good content, and now you push me over, and now I watch it, and now I no longer whine about a pre-roll ad. That's the big thing, because I'm telling you, they are going to go head-to-head with YouTube. They're going to go head-to-head with Netflix. They're going to go head-to-head with Amazon. They are going to do this. I am curious, though, to see what this means for Disney. That's my big question, right? Because Disney owns Marvel and Fox now, the two coolest movie franchises out there, X-Men and Avengers. If you don't like them, come fight me here in Tampa. That's cool, right? But I mean, really, when we think about dollars, we talk about the production value. Holy crap, right? Nothing blows up like an Avengers or an X-Men movie. And then for the little kiddos, right, we still have the princess movies. We still have the little hero movies, right, that are still really cool. We got Hercules. We have, Moana, all cool stuff like that. So I really think this is a move back to the big screen, but the same feel on our little screen. So now I can still watch, I could watch it on my tablet. I can watch it on my TV. I can watch it on my phone. I can watch it everywhere, and I can take it with me. And remember, did you see that they dropped the price this week on the Facebook portal to $99? Come on.
Again, it makes a lot of sense. I think that, you need a solid plan with how you're going to create the content.
And I think to your point, Christian, I mean, it seems like a lot of times, even when I think of the folks that are multi-streaming, I don't know that it's so much that they have a plan as more like, let me just shotgun the same content to every platform at once, and therefore it might stick, and I might get a couple more YouTube subscribers, a couple more people off of LinkedIn Live. But, some of the LinkedIn Live content I've seen, it's like, why are they putting it out there? It makes no sense to be on that platform. I think, to your point, your content should match the platform and not just content for the sake of content.
And there's a ton of tools out there. I mean, here's the thing. Most of the tools, they just, they offer they make it easy for you to create the content, but it comes to, and we talk about this all the time. It comes down to strategy. You have to have a strategy with what you're publishing, where you're publishing it, what you want it to look like. I mean, your branding, and if you're, if you're a small business, for example, and you're just getting started, I mean, don't just try to do everything, go on the platform where your customers are at and create the experience you want your customers to have. If you're creating vertical video, for instance, for IGTV, it's not hard to open up, a video editor and set up a template, right? And you drop in the content on the top, you drop in the content on the bottom, you make your adjustments, and you've got your video. It's not about like, let me go live on my mobile phone all the time. And make the content that way.
So Phil, as the big Instagram shopper, do you see this creating more unboxing videos on IGTV?
Yeah, I think so. I think even more than that, I think it shows us more action videos, right? So I'm going to see more product placement. I'm going to see, one of my favorite Instagrammers, Danielle Smith TV, does this fantastically. If you're not following her, you should be. She does a great job of doing ads in her, sometimes in stories, a lot of times in her feed, does a fantastic job at making them feel very natural, because she doesn't schlock stuff she won't stand behind. So I would tell you, right, this is an opportunity for those, I hate this word, but I'm going to use it, influencers, right? Those influencers to do some legitimate product placement, which now we're going to see a cost per click. We're going to see a cost per conversion. We're going to see more direct response, which is really good. So for a business owner, now you think about, okay, well, Danielle's got almost 50,000 Instagram followers. That's fantastic. She does a great job, but maybe her audience isn't perfect for, men's eyeglasses, right? So, but mine is, and I've only got, 3,000 or 4,000 people. So now you could run an ad with Danielle. You could run one with me. You could compare them and say, huh, that's interesting. I wonder what it is about Phil that makes more people click. Right. And now we'll see some more real influencer data, and which is a big win for a business owner, because now you're not just guessing. Now you're going to get results.
By the way, I've got something I'm thinking about here. So
Uh-oh.
with this whole IGTV thing, like the vertical video moving now to landscape. So you guys remember Snapchat Spectacles, right?
Yep.
So the content was what? It was round. When you opened it up on your phone, it was mostly vertical. When you rotated your phone, though, what did it do? It expanded the scene. So I'm wondering here, maybe is Instagram's play to kind of go back and borrow another page out of Snapchat's book here? To be able to still have that vertical video aspect.
That would be something. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. And we got a private comment from Jeff Pedraza who says, maybe this is the move for us to get back to mobile. So he left us a private message in there. So that's pretty cool. So think about that, right? This could be, there you go. Yep. It's more natural. Yeah. So the more natural it is, folks, the more opportunity there is for business owners to actually use this. Again, think, why would your mom buy, right? She's not influenced by Kim Kardashian. Mm-hmm. She's influenced by people like her. And now it makes some more sense. Now mobile, right? My mom loves her phone, and she's got her computer, either her laptop or an iPad next to her. She's playing games. She's got her TV on, and now she can flip between the three. And now with one click now, if she knew what she's doing, she could stream anywhere. This is pretty crazy, right? She like flick it. Oh, here, put that on the screen. That's pretty cool. Yeah, don't be thinking my mom's paying strippers, Jim. I see what you're thinking there. Just
dollar bills.
Dollar bills, y'all. So, yep, that's right. That's my mom. So she might be watching. Sorry, Mom. I embarrassed you again. My mom used to cut the cheese for a living. You can't get more embarrassing than that. Okay? She worked at Frigo's Cheese Factory. It's true. So, yeah. But so I really think this is a big move. This is good. I love the idea of an expanded, which, that's really cool, Christian. I had not considered that. Good work.
Just wondering here, again, I mean, we're speculating because we don't know what they're thinking here, but, lots and lots and lots of opportunities, I think, for Instagram. And the other thing also they have to really be mindful of is they do have to listen to their creators, the people who are driving a lot of that engagement to get people to the platform.
Yes, sir.
It's not to say like, well, hey, we're going to take everything that people give us and we're going to use it. It's the same thing as a business owner. You need to take feedback from your customers. We talk about this all the time, whether it's, like, for example, the daily email that I send out, there's a feedback link, for example, or somebody can hit reply and let us know, for example, hey, I'm having this issue, or, they like to see other topics. So just keep that in mind, I think, for your business, because again, like, you can use it as an opportunity to gather feedback and improve what it is that you provide. So, Phil, where do you want to go next, by the way? Or any other thoughts, I guess, on IGTV before we?
Not from me, Jim. Any final thoughts from you?
No, I think this maybe enhances the whole move towards getting more people to shop on Instagram as well. Or, and I think, you bring up a great point. I think that's one of the areas that a lot of businesses are missing out on right now, is not understanding the importance of setting up that Facebook shop to get approved into Instagram to shop. And it just makes the, as shopping on Instagram makes it really easy to purchase.
Yep.
It's frictionless, and that's the key thing. You want it. It's not, a lot of people all the time, they seem to worry about like, well, hey, I want to get people to my website. And it's like, well, yeah, that was kind of the goal like a few years ago, but now, it's, people are more busy. So like, you have to make the experience easy. They have to be able to get what they want with minimal issues. So like, the big issue for most websites, they're not mobile friendly, or the checkout process, it's like, well,
come on, 11 clicks to buy. Isn't that good?
Exactly. So, this makes a lot of sense. And here's the thing. Also, you have to look at it. Like, if I'm selling products through my website, or I'm selling products through my social media channels, it doesn't matter where the sale is coming from. If it's coming through my website, like, great, I have the experience there. But hey, if I'm driving sales through social media, through my channels, perfect. They're sales. They're going to help keep your business afloat, keep things going. So I like this idea, and I like I actually like the idea of more real estate. I mean, YouTube, for example, has the ability, when you're watching some of their content, they have overlays and things like that built in that actually now work on mobile. They had finally added that quite a couple of years ago. But this lends itself to kind of what Jen was saying. Maybe it also means more shopping because you are going to have an expanded real estate. They could then add clickable overlays probably to that. So I think it's a good move.
Cool. Totally agree. Totally agree. So where are we going? So let's go back to let's go to Facebook and let's talk about using surveys to make the news feed more personal, which I think, that's funny. This actually makes me laugh because this is the Instagram story survey. They rolled this out to Instagram stories, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? And now, bango, now they put it on Facebook. Really interesting, right? And now we're going to see retargeting based on survey answers, retargeting based on responses to questions, retargeting based on a lot of stuff. So now Jim answered one question. Jim, you might want to answer another one. And now I got you hooked. And now we're doing drugs, right? That's how this works. What do you think, Jim?
No, I think that's a great point. And I wonder if this is their way, especially with what's getting ready to go on with historical data and some of that wiping out is now like, here's a new way to target the feed towards that stuff that you want to see and give more a fresh perspective. And, but of course they'll change it all again next week.
Oh, come on. It won't be until Friday. What are you talking? I mean, like in an hour. Yeah. Right. Totally agree. Christian, what do you think about this, man?
Again, I mean, this is not news to me. I mean, like Facebook, for the longest time has been trying to, they're encouraging relationships. They want you to have relationships with people, pages. And I think this is the same update. Pages are not necessarily going to, benefit from this. But again, it also is about it's creating that experience. I mean, if you follow somebody's content, Facebook want, they want to actually try to show you the content based off of what you're seeing, based on those relationships. So I think this is a big move from Facebook. But again, pages are going to suffer a little bit.
For now, right, initially, but they're not going to suffer for long. Here's the thing, right? They're going to win. They're going to win because if you don't put in the work, your page is going to suffer. Just full stop, right? If you don't have a strategy, your page is going to suffer. Get a strategy, get to work. This is part of your deal, right? No longer, every cent that you were spending out on direct mail ads, consider moving to Facebook. Not all of it, because you still might get some direct ads, those 7 people that are living in, Poughkeepsie or whatever, they might be interested or whatever, Crivets, Wisconsin, where I'm from, right? They might have slow internet or dial up. My dad still has a flip phone, God bless him. But that's it. The rest of these people, they're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're here. The land rush is here, folks. I mean, come on, right? That you're talking, this is Times Square, New York City, baby. Bring it.
Mm-hmm. And again, we're also pushing into artificial intelligence a little bit. So we're grabbing, for example, we're using the survey data, but then we're going to try, Facebook's going to try to automate some of that to bring you the right content. So I think for me, the big thing is if I'm a person that, let's see, if I'm a person that I want to complain about my page isn't going to get these updates, like you just mentioned, you have to do the work. You also have to answer the surveys. So if you get the surveys, answer them. Don't just pass over them and then be like, oh, well, hey, I'm not going to, I didn't I don't like these new changes. You have
how many times you hear that?
Get off my lawn.
I don't like what Facebook did. Well, I'm not going to change anything.
Yeah, that doesn't help us. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's great. Yep. I don't like the new deal that FDR gave us either, but it's 70 years ago. Get over it. Right? Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got lots of stuff we could go, but we got one more topic, folks, and we had 3 or 4 more we didn't cover. And we're not going to cover, but you can get them anyway. You go to socialchefs.com/daily. You get our daily newsletter. Christian writes the most awesome recap. Even I read it. It's really good. You go to socialchefs.com/daily. You get the recap for this each and every week. You get all the stuff that we didn't talk about, didn't make the show, because our goal is to give you a slick show. So socialchefs.com/daily gets you all the goodness. So we talked about Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Finally giving Tweetdeck some love. It's about time.
It is.
Hey, do you hear that? That's 2019 calling, Jack Dorsey. You should have answered the phone 10 years ago. Here we go. right? He's given TweetDeck some love with GIF, poll, and emoji support. Too little, too late. Why don't you just reinvent Vine, Jack? It's not going to help you. I don't know. Jim, what do you think?
Well, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know why it's taken them so long. I mean, especially when now you can retweet with a comment and put a GIF in it. I mean, I guess I almost had to do this because otherwise, TweetDeck almost becomes unusable, or you make it kind of like the earlier comment about the 11 steps to buy. Don't make me do 11 steps to put a GIF and a tweet on TweetDeck. I just won't use it anymore. And then, there's a lot of weird things with Twitter. You do wonder, it's like, why does it take so long to do this? And even this, it's going to take a few months to roll this out. So it's like, so it'll be nice when it gets done. I didn't know it was such high-tech technology on Twitter, but I guess it is.
It's 6-click unsubscribe on any Twitter emails too. So you click, and then it tells you that in 72 to 96 weeks, you'll be unsubscribed. So it's really, really helpful. Jack's doing a great job with Twitter. Keep that up. All the white supremacists love Twitter. So we appreciate that, Jack. Continue the good work. What do you think, Christian?
Again, I think this is it's too late to the party. I mean, I don't personally use TweetDeck. I use other scheduling tools, for example. I've used
Agorapulse.
Yeah, exactly. I've used plenty of other tools, and I'm glad they're adding this. But I mean, me personally, I don't know anyone that uses TweetDeck. I'm glad it's available for Twitter, and they're adding this functionality. But for me, it just doesn't cut it.
I use it more just in Twitter chats because it just makes it easier to keep up with the stream, and But yeah, otherwise, I'm with you there, and that Agorapulse heard a lot of good things about that program.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, if you're going to follow a Twitter chat, it's perfect for that because otherwise you have to have multiple windows open. Sometimes you have to constantly refresh if you're running from a laptop, for instance, the device might get hung up. So having TweetDeck and having different streams set up makes a lot of sense. But again, for me, a little too late. I personally, I would have liked to have seen this update, and in addition to this, I would have loved to have had threads and just some other features also to really just kind of have them take bigger steps. To me, these are really small steps.
Yeah, too late, and too late. Nice try, French fries. Go somewhere else. So not working. Nobody's using TweetDeck. Those 7 people, no, not helpful. Not helpful at all. So that is the conclusion of our stuff with the big 4 things. But now it's time for my favorite time of the show. It's tool time. One day we'll have some musical interlude, but for now you just get to see white guy dancing right here in the chair. Tool time. We do have a good graphic though, which I appreciate. So tool time, when we talk about 2 tools that you can use to make your business more profitable and more effective. 2 fun tools that you can use. Now, remember, these tools are tools that we have just begun to play with, so we are by no means experts, but we certainly have some ideas for how you might use these to boost your business. So, Christian, bring us back on the screen so we can talk about lead tags. Whoop, whoop, hashtag generator. So, Jim, are you a hashtag crazy fool?
I try not to be too crazy, but I tell you, I have been using lead tags for a few months, and I really like it because and even getting the pro version, it's not that much to do that. Download the app, and it really helps you come up with some hashtags that are relevant to what you're attempting to get out there, and it gives you the relevancy that goes along with them. And I know there's other tools, but I like the fact that I can save a list and just copy and paste right into my post, and I'm off to the hashtag races.
Yeah, you can essentially round trip basically. So you could start in Instagram, start composing your post, pop over to lead tags, copy your list of hashtags that you've created, and quickly drop them in your Instagram post and be basically going. So very, very, very easy to use. Jim, how much is this, by the way? So the pro version?
I think the pro version is maybe $4.99.
$5.
$5. Yeah.
$5 one time? $5
one time.
Oh, hold on. So one time for $5 to get the right hashtags that could double, triple, 10x your reach. Business owners, if you're listening to this, lead tags, LEETAGS, $5. worth the investment, even if you only use it for a month, and it 10x's your reach. $5 stinking bucks. Check it out, Lee tags.
It's also handy too. They also have a nice a slider basically built in. So, for example, people that are like, "Well, hey, how many hashtags should I put in?" Let's say Instagram goes from like, and I don't know the exact number at the moment, but say it goes from like 5 to like, hey, we want you can have like 10.
But you can go up to 30, and so this will let you go all the way from 5 to 30. I mean, so if you want to put 30 hashtags out there, giddy up.
We don't recommend that, but if you do, yes. But that's definitely included. You can add some automatic formatting, as well as some mentions and whatnot. But a very, very, very useful tool for $5, as Phil mentioned, for quickly identifying hashtags. And again, this is for like, you also have to think about this. It says it's for Instagram primarily, but you could also theoretically use this for Twitter or any other channels that you're also using hashtags for. If you're not sure which hashtags to use, it could be a great.
Yeah, LinkedIn is really starting to grow in the hashtag world as well.
No.
You're not following hashtags on LinkedIn?
I am, but nobody else is, right? All the influencers are. That doesn't help me, right? No real humans. Nobody who actually just uses the platform, right? Let's put it this way: no consumers, all producers on hashtags on LinkedIn.
I agree.
So, which makes it tough, yeah. But I'd love to see it. They tried, like they call them communities, but what they should do is they should combine hashtags with groups and start suggesting groups. I mean, if they really want to do this right, groups should get 5 hashtags, and those are the only things they can talk about. And then the public groups, that's part of they get exposed, but to read the whole thing and to read the comments, then you have to join the group. That's how they could bring LinkedIn back to life, right? And then you could have events based on those hashtags, because they are playing with events. I've seen some of that where they're playing with events. I mean, if they bring that back, all I'd like to see is then, if they could then bring back LinkedIn answers, like answer the public. Holy crap, man. Now, right? Or maybe Microsoft buys Quora. That'd be something, huh? That'd be pretty cool, because that's a good content play.
Definitely.
So yeah.
So tool number 1, lead tags, and we're gonna move on to tool number 2 real quick here. And this is called Headliner app. Have you guys used this one? This one's actually pretty cool.
I played with it.
You guys want to tell viewers about Headliner app?
Jim, what you got?
Well, what I like about Headliner app is it's a great way to save those live videos gone bad, because you can take the audio and repurpose that and save your video, and still, and not to mention, you can put it in multiple formats. It's free. A lot of things too, with the growth of voice as a medium, so to speak, it really lets you do some neat things with this. I learned about this from Susie Cooper in Britain. She's the one that introduced me to this, and I was kind of blown away. Not to mention it's free, and a lot of small businesses like that word. So
yeah, well, and the key is though, you still got to be smart. You still got to be smart here. You got to know what you're clipping. You don't just take an hour worth of content and let it pick. Right? That's not how this works. Be smart. Figure out what is the highlight and share that. But yeah, great stuff. I mean, the fact that it integrates with with podcasts and video, this is a pretty darn cool app. I'm a big fan.
Definitely. And as you mentioned, free app as well. So
free app. We love free apps.
And I think they're looking to get a mobile version soon. I've seen some traffic on that.
That'll cost us though. That'll be $3, $4. It'll be worth it.
Well, and here's the thing: it's free, and I guess maybe we should clarify. It's free to join and use. Like you can make 10 videos a month. It is nice to get unlimited you get unlimited watermarked videos, but keep that in mind. I mean, for $13 per user per month or $120 annually, you can remove your watermarks and whatnot as well. You also get access to, looks like, Getty editorial images, which I think is actually very worth it, because you can't just, in some of the gallery images I just pulled up, you can't just grab images and use them. Like if I'm looking at some of these, for example, this is like I think this was the Olympics here. This is done by Headliner though. So chances are they've contacted them.
I love that you said that. Let's be really clear, folks. If you go to images.google.com and you find an image and you use it, you will get sued.
What?
Yeah, I know. Jim, that picture of me, put it back. Put it back. It's copyright this guy. No, but I mean, that's the thing, right? So use Google Images for inspiration. Please don't steal images from there. You're going to get screwed. You're going to get sued, and then you're going to cry. And don't come crying to Social Chefs because we're not going to help you. We're just going to go, wah, wah.
You told them so.
I did, right? So that's a challenge for folks. So please, folks, be smarter. Don't hurt yourself. Use it for inspo. Don't use it for theft, right? That's really important. Really, really important.
So that's this week's show, by the way.
Holy crap, huh?
Tools, yeah. Quick 45 minutes, but again, lots of topics to discuss. We covered IGTV, moving from vertical to adding in landscape. We talked about Facebook wanting to use survey data to basically improve your news feed. We covered some updates from Tweetdeck, making some updates for GIFs and emoji support. And also, obviously, big news, LinkedIn moving into showing your sponsored ad history, letting you know at least that people are running ads, not necessarily showing the ads at the moment, but we anticipate that that's going to change at some point. Absolute pleasure, by the way, Jim, having you on this week's show. If viewers want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, I'd say, on Facebook at Fusion Marketing, FUHSION Marketing. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram as well. I probably spend most of my time now on Instagram and Twitter. I mean, we do have the weekly show on Facebook with Tim. In fact, we're doing a special edition tomorrow for Memorial Day. We're going to be interviewing a couple of nonprofits that are done in memory of some folks that have made the ultimate sacrifice. So, but yeah, I mean, and I love your guys' show. You guys bring some great stuff to the table. I mean, people got to understand this is a constantly moving environment, and if you don't like the fact that it's changing, then you go back to advertising in the newspaper.
Yep. Craig, hold on. So I just had a misconnection here. If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the... No, that's the last time a personal ad worked in the newspaper. So move to Craigslist or move to social media or just move to 2019, right? That's your choice.
Absolutely.
So that does it for this week's show. By the way, guys, we're going to have a recap post that will come out. That will be available at, I'll put the link actually up here. It's at socialchefs.com/SC192. That'll get you to the blog post recap. We'll publish that tomorrow. But just for those of you watching on Facebook or YouTube, wanted to at least let you know there will be a recap. And then we're also going to have George Demonis back on, or George on next week. Going to reconfirm with him, make sure he's still available. But we're going to have George on next Thursday. I think Phil, are we on at 10 a.m. next week? I think.
I hope not.
So we're gonna be working.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know.
We'll figure it out.
It's gonna be a good show next week. But Jim, absolute pleasure having you on this week. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. We're gonna make sure Jim drops his links in there as well to his channels that he wants you to connect with him at. But thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.